Hey guys, I just passed Miles. Miles' camp. It's right on the edge of the channel here on the Kentucky lakeside. I honked at him. He must be out and about. He didn't come out to the beach, but this is how he camps out. So good luck to you, Miles, and maybe I'll see you down the river. You know you're going slow when you get passed by a sailboat. Beautiful day on Kentucky Lake. Good morning, guys and gals. I'm at mile marker 60 on Kentucky Lake, heading south, slowly towards Florida. Did about 35 miles yesterday from the lock and dam up by Turtle Bay. It's kind of a cold front coming in, kind of drizzling today. It's probably, I'd say 45 degrees. Not too bad. For a Youper, that's like an average spring or fall day. So, but I just want to give you guys a quick update on where I'm at. Nice little anchorage here. It was well protected. Totally calm. I'm kind of traveling with a guy. His name is Ron. He's heading in the general direction of Pensacola, but he's in a sea dory. He's a little faster than I am. And, he's going to stop at a marina tonight, about 30 miles down. He's a CAD designer, so if he has Wi-Fi and power, he can just work from his boat, which I am so envious of. Wish I had some kind of gig like that. So we're going to kind of play leapfrog, where if I get ahead of him, he just catches up with me, or if he gets ahead of me, I catch up with him, and I'm moving a lot slower than him. But I'll tell you, it's a nice way to go. When you take a trip like this, if you kind of find someone heading in your direction, even if they're moving faster or slower, it's worth it to stay in touch with each other. It's nice to have some company, and in case something goes wrong, you need some help, or you just want company, or whatever, you know. I recommend it. So I think this is going to work out good. We've got some plans to kind of do this all the way down to Florida, so hopefully it'll hold. And so yeah, you can see it's kind of the end of fall. Most of the leaves are off the trees, but there's still a little bit of prettiness hanging on. And got to take Wavy to shore a couple times a day, let her do her business. And I will catch up with you guys soon. I'm coming across this railroad bridge that's been taken out, and I think I'm gonna, according to my maps, there's a grocery store about 9 miles away up that road right there. So now that the scooter's working again, I think I'm gonna pull in here. I'm gonna try and find a place to beach it and unload the scoot and go get some groceries and stuff. So we'll see how this goes. There's like an interesting old building floating out there too. Maybe we'll get to take a closer look at that. Okay guys, so I got my binoculars out and I found that there was a dock here. I think it's like mile marker 75 or 6 or something like that. And I parked, I unloaded the scooter, and I'm going to go to a Piggly Wiggly, which is like 9 miles away. Little Sandy or something like that. So we'll see if this all works, and if this was a good idea. I think it was, to bring the scooter along, as long as it's running. So, yeah. There is a sign that says you can only stop here for 15 minutes, but I mean, who's going to enforce it? We'll see how it goes. Hey guys, so I asked a couple of locals around here if it was okay if I parked my shanty boat here at the dock, and they said there ain't no one around here. You can stay there. You can stay forever if you want. Almost verbatim from two people. So kind of a chilly night, but beautiful. I'll give you an exact location here when I look it up on the map, but kind of near Big Sandy. I think there's a town called Big Sandy that's across the river over on the Kentucky side, if I'm not mistaken. I rode about 9 miles up the road on my scooter and went to a Dollar General and loaded up on supplies, and the scooter's running great, so that's going to come in handy. That's a ferry, so I guess at one time this bridge used to be here, but they took it out for some reason, and now they're just running car ferries across. These car ferries are kind of neat. I've taken a couple of them in my travels. Okay guys, well, the bait shop is also a hamburger shop, so I'm gonna go get a hamburger and maybe get some bait, try and catch catfish. I'll catch you guys later. Hey guys, I want to show you this real quick. So latest place I've ended up is mile marker 78 on the Tennessee / Kentucky Lake. Yeah, this little, you want to call it a town, it's not really a town, it's called Danville. It's in Houston County, Tennessee. Here's a sign. So 8 miles up is Tennessee Ridge, the town of, and it's got a Dollar General, and you know, it's the basics if you need them. Gas station. But I realize it's the off season, but free camping. I mean, I'm noting this stuff for the future because Tennessee is, man, it's a pretty state, and I've hardly explored any of it. You got free primitive camp spots right here. Got a little dock going out there to a little pond, and looks like fishing. People have fished there. If you got kids, you got places to play. That's a brand new bathhouse / bathrooms, and they're actually open. I'm used to half the time they lock those things up if it's not like 4th of July or something, so that's nice of them. You got another little kind of picnic area over here on this chute. All this stuff looks new too. And then right down here is the river, the main river, and where I parked the shanty boat. I'll show you that. Then we got the Danville store here too. Good morning, guys. I'm gonna try something a little different here. Instead of having like 15-20 minute long rants when I want to talk about something, I'm just going to try and keep it in like a minute or two and maybe tag it to the end of a episode once in a while. So here's what I was thinking of this morning, and it's not the first time. It surfaces in my brain quite often. So I can be a big worrier. I think a lot of people are, you know, they like, I worry too much about things, and then they always come to pass, and most of the time they work out great. And I have a friend, my friend Scooter Tramp Scotty, he says, you can always see God in the past because you just look back and you see how everything worked out. But for some reason, we can never project that into the future, you know, which would probably be called faith, if you think about it. And I'm not trying to make this a religious argument or anything like that. I'm not exceptionally religious, but I do try to be faithful. I do recognize in this middle age of my life, you know, how valuable faith is, you know, or we'll call it whatever you want. Trust, faith, you know, something, confidence, all those things. So I just remembered this morning that worry, what we'll call worry, is just lacking faith and lacking the ability to look back in your life and see that everything is accumulated up to where you are now. And if everything is pretty good for your life, you can make the accurate assumption that you've been being taken care of, or you've been taking care of yourself, or what have you. And therefore, you really have no need to worry. You just have to kind of stay awake, try to stay in the moment, try and recognize what's working and what's not, and adjust as you go, you know. And so that was what I wanted to talk about this morning. Basically, if you have to sum it up, worry is a lack of faith or a lack of trust in yourself. However you want to, if you want to do it secularly, you want to be agnostic about it, you want to be a faithful person about it, it's really up to you. It all means the same thing in the end. It's, just have a little trust, have a little faith in yourself and in the world and the universe and God, however it goes with you. And it should help immensely with worry. So, hope this resonates with someone, and I'm going to continue down the river. I hope you guys can see this. There's an eagle just sitting on its perch right next to its nest on top of this tree. It is like so, it's like an iconic pose. I would love to see what's in that nest. I'm trying to keep it steady for you. It's hard to get footage of these eagles. They're all over the place out here. You'll see them flying around, but as soon as you try and take a picture, unless you've got a really good camera, you're gonna struggle. But hopefully you can see that. I'm always looking at a phone, so I bet if you're on a computer, you can probably see it better than I can. So